Hey, it's Enrico Pallazzo.
Utah, give me 2.
Pallazzo.
Hey, Utah, give me 2.
Pallazzo Podcast. 2 L's, 2 Z's. Very excited to be here on a Friday night with my old pals. It's Mike Virginia, Britton Allan. I'm Michael Govier. You're the live chatters. That's pretty much the setup. That's the cast that we have here on our wonderful little show that we do. So jump in the live chat, get connected with us. No, we're not that old at all. But I mean, today you got to ask yourself this question, guys.
Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
It's a big question.
I like how he threw the word galactically just to give it that little extra drunken Jack Daniels verbal abuse. Like how's not just stupid. We're talking galaxy. We're talking Milky Way. You know, intergalactic. Shout out Beastie Boys. Hello, Nasty.
Mike Virginia, Friday night. How you feeling, brother?
I'm pumped. I'm ready to watch some baseball this weekend. It was a really quiet week at work, which was very welcomed. I didn't want to use the Q word, guys. In my field, you don't mention the Q word. You just let it go. Pretend like it's not happening.
Quiche?
Yes. Quiet.
I was thinking of another. I have another Q word, but I won't get us.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, it's a family show. But quiche is delicious. You put a little salt and pepper on there.
No. Ew.
Yeah.
I've never had a good quiche.
Eggs.
I never had.
Eggs, sausage, spinach.
Great job.
I'll text you my quiche recipe, Govi.
Okay.
You're going to love it. It's going to change.
I'll never give up. I love a good recipe. Today's recipe is kind of simple. It's me. It's Britton Allan. It's Mike Virginia. Follow all of us on Twitter X and Blue Sky or wherever the hell we are. Our Discord's free, and that link is always in the description of every video we have on YouTube. Please jump in there and follow these guys. Mike's doing his thing. Britton's hilarious and informative and a lot of fun here, folks. And all we're doing today is talking a little bit about baseball and answering some of your questions. We'll mix in our formats, our segments, but you people have a chance to get your questions answered. You could even ask us, I don't know, do you think the World Series will be a sweep by the Detroit Tigers? You can ask that question, right? You know, it's funny, Mike, is the Orioles – a year ago, if we knew where we'd be now, Mike, I know it's painful. I know that. But I was just thinking about what a dichotomy we have of the change between those two franchises in less than a year. Usually baseball, it takes a long time for things like this to change, but it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, too, because I was thinking that's the other day. I had a conversation with somebody at work about it. Everyone's like, oh, the starting pitching. I'm like, you know, Corbin Burns was really the only, like, missing piece. Like, we also haven't been hitting very well until recently either. So the bullpen's been shit. Andy Cano was lights out and got optioned. So
Adley's hurt too.
Adley's hurt. Yeah, it was just been a lost season. I and they're young. You know, I had this conversation too, which might be a tough one to have. Is it a possibility, guys, that guys like Gunnar Henderson, Adley are just good but not great players? Is there a real
Gunnar is great. Gunnar has to be great. He can't do what he did last year and not be great. I don't believe that.
Yeah. They're young. Yeah, it's just like everybody has a bad season. Aaron Judge had a bad season once. He batted like 150 for the year. Like it happens to every single player. I remember Dan Plesac on MLB Now, my new favorite show. We'll get to that in a second. MLB Now, Dan Plesac said there are 2 types of players in the league: those that have been humbled by the game and those that are about to be. And you know, that's just how it is. Yeah.
Yep.
I love that. Excellent. Well, let's get into business time real quick here. Talk a little bit about what we have to offer, what we're up to, what you guys are missing out on. Oh,
speaking of business time real quick. Flash that bad boy back up there real quick.
MLB Now with Brian Kenny. I answered I responded to a tweet that the MLB show put out, and they put my tweet up on the show, and they talked about it. And Brian Kenny, I recorded it if y'all want to watch it. Brian Kenny said, "Thank you, Britton," for the tweet.
I got to get that so I can add it to the show.
The words "Thank you, Britton" came out of Brian Kenny's mouth. I recorded it and I showed it to my daughters.
Wow, dude.
They think I'm like Tyler Swift now. It's amazing.
Oh, I can't believe I missed that. I will definitely send that to me, or I'll even look it up if I can find it on the Twitter, but give it to me. Hook me up. I got to have that in my life. That's awesome.
And the only reason I know that is because Rizza Bizza Jizza DM'd me or something on X and said, "Hey, your name was on
There he
MLB
is.
Now." Thank you, Rizabizajizza. Otherwise, I would have missed it because I was at work. I didn't watch it, but I replayed it. Thank you, sir.
Well done. That's
Good job,
fantastic. Very cool. Thanks, Bizza, for looking out for Britton and getting connected with the show like that. That's the little things like that that make this so cool, man. Love that stuff, and I love this show, and I love you guys. Everybody out there, jump in the live chat, make it happen. As we roll into the business time, let's do a quick question, because Dale Doback. Oh my gosh, Dale Doback, the stepfather of Will Ferrell from Step Brothers.
Let's make him eat wide dog crab.
Rumpus time is over. So Dale Doback wants to know, Otani's pitching tomorrow. 1 inning, last 2 starts. Do we think he'll go for more? Don't know if I start him as a pitcher or a DH. I don't know how you can sit him as a DH, though.
No, you got to go DH there.
Britton, agree?
Are there leagues where it's daily moves? Like when you know he's pitching, you can put him in pitcher. You can't do it in an NFBC,
especially on Yahoo. Yeah,
I was gonna say because there are 2 separate players, right? Like some formats let you draft Otani as both pitcher and hitter, and Yahoo and Michael Lorenzen for a long time was like this for a while too.
That's right.
Where they were separate players. Michael Lorenzen, the pitcher, and Otani, the pitcher, and then the hitter version of it. So there were 2 separate players that you had to draft. So if you wanted Otani, you had to draft him not once, but twice. Give me 2.
Oh, perfect.
Utah.
You like that?
Give me 2.
I love that. It was meant to be.
You know, the Dodgers, like they try to do reverse psychology with Otani. They're like, or they're like, you know, you're a great pitcher. You're awesome, but I really think maybe we should stick to the hitting. You know, we'll let the pitchers worry about, like, because they, no matter what anyone says, pitching a ball puts tax on your arm, and they don't want to tax any part of his body. You know, they want him to hit, and they're only letting him pitch because I'm sure he insists. You know, so
money. Business time rolling in here on Friday. Welcome aboard. If you're watching on a replay, love having you too. You can comment after the fact if you missed the show live right here. We will answer your comments when we get to them. Of course, the Discord's rolling 24/7. Again, I said you can find that link in the description of every video we ever do on our YouTube or a podcast. Podcast people, I know you're out there. I'm still waiting for that email. I look at our email every once in a while, palazzopodcast@gmail.com, 2 L's.
Utah.
2 Z's.
Give me 2.
And I look for that just straight question. And I thought I had one, but it turns out it was a
porn bot.
Yeah, it was. Well, no, yeah. Well, porn bots are on Twitter mostly, but yeah, they don't email us as much. But it was a bot, so we're looking for it. Palazzopodcast@gmail.com.
Come to the Discord channel. I go to the Discord. I never thought I would, but I do it, and I'm actually enjoying it. And I post stuff every single day.
Woo! That makes
I don't know why,
but it works. It's fun. People are always talking baseball. We're not. Somebody said it so well. We had some really lovely compliments this week in the Discord, including Eddie, our old pal.
That it is, Edward.
That it is.
Eddie
That
Buzz.
it is indeed.
Who still can't get into the live chat on the YouTube because of his computer crisis. But he's selling his house, so he can't buy a new computer yet. Whatever. He's there. Eddie, you're seeing this right now. We know it. We love you, Ed. We're thinking of you. He says such nice things about our show, and he gave us more high praise in the Discord this week. And it's just really wonderful, man. It's a pretty upbeat. A lot of just straight baseball talk, a few laughs. I can rarely ever recall any BS, any bullshit where people are getting into ticky-tack fights. People are allowed to disagree. It's not just like, hey, everybody follow the word of God. It's not like that. It's just a great place to hang out. I agree with Britton wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's fun. Come on in. I'll post some stuff. You can make some comments. Hopefully, try not to make it nasty if possible. But
bring that to my channel.
Hey,
I'll take the nasty shit. Yeah.
You look. You do you. But just come on and check it out. There are lots of good people. Mike V's got a channel. Michael Govier's got a channel. I've got a channel. You can just post weird shit all day. Weird stuff all day. So come on over.
Maybe you could have a channel.
Butt-loving. Did he say funky?
That's right.
Butt-loving? Oh.
Maybe you're the next person. Christian Crespo has one. Bob Dole has one. We've got a lot of people with channels, and Ben likes to just always be in every channel. Omnipresent Ben Chase. Make sure you give him a shout out whenever you pop in. Mike VA notes, hashtag.
Yes, sir. A little slow on those this week. Just had to have some stuff going on, but I have been doing them later in the evenings now instead of the mornings, which has been what I've been told has been appreciated. So I guess we have a morning crew, and we have some folks that like it better in the evening. So, but real quick, I am doing a jersey. Yeah, I know, right? I am giving a jersey away too. So make sure you guys head over to my Twitter handle here at _MikeVA. Doing a jersey giveaway. So make sure you guys go check that out for the details. But I appreciate everyone's engagements and feedback on that.
Woohoo! Well done, sir. Nice job. And I got the Patreon going on too. Really on fire with the not so obvious pitching streamers of the day, which I'm trying to do every day over there. A couple of them hit, been real good. Tonight's is not a shocker. It's Luis Ortiz for Cleveland. So there you go. There's a free giveaway on who's not so obvious streamer over there on the Patreon, which is, we're looking for somebody who's not as rostered, someone who's not as so blatantly clear, who might be available in multiple leagues, and other stuff like that too. If Sundays are huge, 2-start pitching streamer rankings. I do that every Sunday. I rank it. It's a video. It's nice and tight and concise and organized. Plus, I give you all these tidbits on team stats over the last 15 days to give you an idea of who's doing what lately for pitching matchups of your own. Splits, righties versus lefties, etc. It's really quite useful, and there's more shit where that came from. So check out the Patreon if you're interested. It only starts at $3, and we'd love to have you aboard.
Wow, dude.
Any other business, gentlemen, of the day before we get moving?
If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you guys go check out Ben and Robbie's mock draft that they did on Monday. Very good show, very entertaining as well.
Loved it.
It's gotten a lot of views, folks, and we're not just pumping our show here. We got a lot of good feedback on a lot of good questions and comments, and obviously Ben and Robbie and Michael Govier were awesome. So if you guys haven't checked that out, head over to the YouTube page, watch that ASAP. Can't miss.
Can't miss. No,
Beautiful.
What's that? What was that ex-follower? Must add.
Mustache.
You must. It's a must add. There's no context required to the statement. Must add. I loved it. Govier, Ben, and Robbie did a great job. I just absolutely loved everything. And Michael Govier produced the S out of it too with the NFL.
Very well done on that.
Yeah, dun 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 between the picks. It was awesome. If you missed it,
That might get too annoying. Thank you.
No, it was great. If you missed it, please go watch it. You're going to love it.
First round, entire mock draft available on our YouTube only at the moment. I will add it to the podcast feed eventually, but right now it's a YouTube exclusive as we have about 2 weeks till the draft. It's on the Sunday of the All-Star break when it starts, so we're getting close. Very, very close, okay? If you love baseball, you'll love checking out what they're talking about. The future stars of this league are upon us. If you like barbecuing, you can like our show too. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's. We love barbecue, we love baseball, we love all that stuff, right?
Barbecues and ball games.
That's right. All right, let's get into leading off. Yeah.
Our first catch of the day.
Catch of the day.
What do we got, Mike? What do you got?
I actually don't.
Give me what you got.
I actually don't have the show sheet open right now. I'm working on.
Oh, great. Well, there's nothing in there, so let's just pick something that. What's the first thing that comes to mind for anybody, baseball-wise? Go.
Injuries.
Zach Gallen.
Injuries. Zach Gallen. Okay, great. Let's go to Zach Gallen first.
All right, so I've got Zach Gallen in every, not every, but almost every Draft Champions League, and so he had it's been a terrible year. His ERA 5.75, his WHIP 1.4, and that's in 97 innings pitched. So that's done real damage to your ratios. 88 Ks. So he's not even a K per inning. All right, in his last 8 games, here's how many earned runs he's given up each game. 5, 7, 4, 4, 3. Oh, a 3. What a breakout. 6, 4, 6.
Bafflation.
That is awful. That makes Mitchell Parker look like freaking Jake DeGrom. Zach Gallen is a 100% bust. I drafted him everywhere. He's in a walk year. I thought with Corbin Burns over there, it would free him up to kind of be a number 2, and he just let it loose. It's been terrible. I dropped Govier. if you disagree with me, please go pick him up. I cut him in our Pallazzo new league.
Oh, you did?
For the
what's the contract? Yeah,
straight cut. For the low price of $27, he can be yours forever.
No. Look, no way. For context, our total salary is $400, right?
I'll finance it. I'll do 50% financing.
ATV Govier?
No credit check for no interest for the first 29 years of the trade.
I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry. Times are tough.
I don't care about your credit. I care about you.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. I won't. But for context, that's 40 players, $400. So think about that. You're spending $29. That's a good chunk. I pay $66 for Otani, and that's like the biggest contract in the league.
He's actually worth it. Yeah,
he is.
Yeah,
he is. So, all right. So Gallen's a bummer. Injuries, Mike. Why did you say injuries? In fact, I kind of think this is fun. Maybe we should just do this going forward. First thing that comes to our minds for leading. That's fun. Go ahead.
I had a lot of guys go down. Eugenio Suarez, Zach Neto.
Yeah, you did.
I got to think that Hunter Goodman, something's going on with him as well, because he's sat now back-to-back games, and something's going on because he also sat I think going into yesterday he had sat 2 out of the last 5, and now it makes 3 out of the last 6. So either he's getting traded or something's going on and he's hurt, or they got a day game tomorrow and they want him to play there. I'm not sure what's going on. But
they were going on a winning streak, so they had to stop it. So they were like, "Hey, best hitter, you sit down." Yeah,
Monford's douchey son showed up, and he's like, "That's enough now. Let's go to bed."
Yeah. But the other thing I want to talk to you guys about too is
Coors.
A lot of, the Blue Jays and Guardians game was kind of tick for tack because they were going after each other's best players and they were getting hit. Guerrero and Jose Ramirez, who's out of the lineup today. Guerrero's back in. But a lot of guys getting hit in the hands recently. Corbin Carroll, Eugenio Suarez. Sucks. There's a couple other guys, too. I can't remember off the top of my head that are getting beamed in the fingers and the wrists.
Jose Ramirez.
That's the game, It happens. Sometimes it happens in bunches, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It sucks.
And it's, And good news is, and you guys can see in this little white bubble here, Eugenio Suarez is indeed back, guys, which I'm very happy about. I have him on almost all of my hands. I was holding my breath.
Congratulations, Mike.
Mike V, how mad would you be if somebody had accepted that trade you offered a couple weeks ago, or whatever it was? Yeah,
so mad. Yeah,
great job.
Yeah. But he's back because they said that he's going to get an MRI on his hand, and it doesn't look like they're doing that anymore. Maybe still TBD, I don't know. But he took light batting practice on Wednesday, and then back in the lineup today, so that's a good thing. Neto had an MRI on his surgically repaired shoulder, came back clean.
That's good.
A couple followers of mine sent me some links and said that they'll likely keep him out until Tuesday because Monday's an off day for them. So, and the interim manager, shout out Ron Washington. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Best wishes to him.
Oh, that is a bummer, man.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
but
I really like Wash.
Yeah, he said that they want to be smart with him. And the Angels are in the playoff hunt here, guys, in the wild card mix here. So they're going to be smart with Neto. So yes, Star. We
Bummer.
Yeah.
Hey, Vladdy just stole third base. Cool.
That's
also,
cool.
Wyatt Langford just hit the IL, so that's sad. That's another guy gone down the tubes, which is a bummer.
Another hand injury, though. Yordan Alvarez took batting practice on Sunday and Wednesday, so he's been progressing from the tee to the pitching machine. So still don't think we see him until probably sometime in July, maybe, but like middle July. But I would. Again, the hand injuries are something I just feel like have been just all over the place all year, and it's kind of baffling to me. But
you need to go to hand injury trauma rehab, Mike. That's what you need.
It's
you
crazy,
need some time off, and you got to really process these deadly hand injuries. It's an epidemic across MLB, and it's ruining our fantasy teams. But that is just another reason, Mike, if you want to get the silver lining going here. You want to fire up the silver lining. That's right. Houston can't read x-rays.
I want to bring this up, though, really quick, because this is something that needs to be brought up as well, is that even though x-rays come back negative, and we saw that with Corbin Carroll and Yordan Alvarez, the hand is swollen. They can't see with all the inflammation. They have to wait for that to die down to actually get a better reading on if there's a fracture or not. So it depends on how bad the swelling is. But Corbin Carroll and Jordan Alvarez, they didn't catch the fractures because their hands were so swollen. So you always want the MRI, not the X-ray. You want the MRI.
Damn it. Yeah, that sucked. That Corbin Carroll injury hurt me. I was very excited about him this year. And he was, the average wasn't elite, but he's been good.
Like, hey, they only make billions of dollars a year. I mean, they don't have the money for an MRI. What are you, crazy?
Can't do it. It's tough out there for an owner, right? They're trying to get by every day,
Can't do
just
it.
like us regular folk. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the silver lining is when you get all these injuries and you don't know what to do, you can turn to us. We're here to help you. So that's what matters. That's the good times. When you're on hard times and all your players are going down on the IL, come to Britton, come to Mike, come to myself. We're here for you. We pick you up when you're down. And so you can add guys like Nolan Gorman, maybe, maybe get a couple dongs this weekend. I don't know. I mean, it's just a thought.
We'll rub your back too. Come on, rub your back.
I want to go back in the chat here because you guys, I did say we could open up the chat today, so I want to keep it real. Business said, Mike, I sent you Rodon and bets for PCA in our league. What's the verdict, Mike?
I did not see that one yet. He did send me Rodon for Henderson, and I could not do that. I think that was Spizza. I think that was you.
This is head-to-head cats, right?
Yeah. Standard 5x5. And I denied that one. I'm doing terrible in that league, I believe, Bizza. One of them I made a strong comeback. I wasn't dead last, and I'm upwards to like 4th out of 12.
That's right. Never
but
give
in this
up.
league,
Never give up.
in
That's
this
right.
league, I'm getting cooked. And I just cannot climb out of the hole. So might be a lost year in one of the invitationals.
The Pallazzo Podcast presents Professional Development. This week, that was a perfect time to bring it up. You just said it. Don't give up, right, guys?
You can't.
Never give up.
Especially, too, depending on, obviously, what kind of league you're playing in. Like, if you're playing in a dynasty league, is something I did last year in my dynasty league. I sold the farm, acquired picks, got a bunch of guys, and now I'm in 3rd place in that league this year. So I've kind of restocked the prospects there, with shout out Eric Cross and a couple other the prospect gurus. Ben helped me out with some of the guys that I can stash in my NA for some of my prospects. So, but same thing, right? Like even then, so in that league, obviously you can kind of rebuild for next year. But even then, if you're playing in redraft, start making trades. Start maybe looking to move on from guys that you've been patient on enough. And if there's somebody on the waiver wire that you can pick up and replace with, might be time to start looking at that.
Good man. Britton, how can you keep it going right now? I mean, is that the simple advice? Just make moves? Or is it about tough choices?
It's about hope.
Yeah.
Hope, my friend, is not a dangerous thing. Shout out Shawshank Redemption. It is a great thing. It is a beautiful thing. It may be the most beautiful thing. Hope springs eternal. Shout out Alexander Pope. Look, there's like half the season left. In all seriousness, there's literally half the season left. Who's ever in first? There can be injuries, and then that team. And if you look, I promise you, if you go and actually look at your standings and look at like batting average, there's like a 1/100th of a difference between 9th and 2nd. You know what I mean? Like everything can change in a New York minute. Shout out Olsen.
There it is.
Man, I'm working it.
On a
I'm
roll.
working this Friday.
On a roll.
New York minute. It's got it. Don Henley.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
There you
No,
go.
just kidding. He's alive. So. Yeah, you're right. You got to look at those.
Okay, hang in there. Look, you're in 7th, 10th place. Not ideal, but all that means is that your players that started out slow are about to heat up, and that's going to flip. There was one season where I had Alberto Mondesi. In the last week of the season,
God,
he hit like 10 home runs and stole like 10 bases. I went from 5th to 1st, like in 1 week. I mean, crazy things happen all the time. So just don't give up because you never know what can happen. And there's still half the season. Now, if you're in last place and there's a month left, maybe check on the fantasy football rankings and decide if you want to draft
Great job.
Christian McCaffrey like in the top 5. Like maybe start thinking about that. But it's way too soon to quit. What do you think, Govier? Am I crazy?
Well, I really think we shouldn't.
Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
That's me sometimes. I am very stupid sometimes. But I would say in head-to-head leagues, I'd be panicking just because the playoffs start a little sooner and then they got to allow those weeks to go on. So you don't, in a lot of leagues for the head-to-head, of course, not everybody has the 3 full months left. And that can really squeeze the pressure in a bit more, guys, and make you think, like, can I really, like, I've been keeping it real, keeping hope alive in my home league. 14-team head-to-head Cats 5x5 OBP instead of average. And I am currently 46, 69, and 5, which puts me, let's see, I'm about 14 games out of 6th, which is the last playoff spot. And I've been staying positive and avoiding trade offers everywhere because we have 10 keepers this year. And people are like, yeah, dude, come on, sell me this guy. It's over. It's over. People keep telling me it's over. And I usually would be like, okay, yeah, I got to get my draft position in order. But I'm not giving up, man. I still like this squad. So I'm going to fight to the bitter end. I got a good month left to fight in this league still. But I do admit in that league, I'm feeling the crunch.
Well, I think
like the garbage chute in Star Wars, the original, when they're down there and it squeezes in.
C-3PO!
Which was the MVP. Which is, yeah, that was a good impression.
That was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
That was really good. The MVP of Star Wars is
R2-D2.
Dude, he doesn't get talking.
He saved the Naboo starfighter with all the characters in it. If R2-D2 hadn't have got those deflector shields up in episode 1, Phantom Menace, the whole thing's over. Yep. The whole thing.
And he's
R2-D2.
That's all he is. He's a trash can. Okay, on wheels.
Oh, what were you gonna say, Mike? You had a point about my league time kicking.
I believe that you did this in one of the first shows that we did, but I also want to go over it as well as we get a little bit closer towards the end of the season. And hey, just what didn't work out. Jot some of these things down as well as you head into draft season, because I think Govier brought this up in one of the shows that he went back and looked at some notes and said, hey, maybe I changed my strategy up. Britton and I talked about it one of the last shows last year in terms of starting pitchers and maybe where do we draft them at. There's always something to learn and to help you evolve as a fantasy baseball player. It's a much longer season compared to football. There's a lot that gets jam-packed into this 162-game season. There's a lot to learn. So take notes, maybe change up your strategy next year. Maybe I'm off on this guy, or maybe, hey, I'm going to target this guy now more so than I did this year, whatever it may be. It's imperative that you do that so that way you're prepped going into next year and you make a good bounce back. So
I'm fucking stupid.
Everybody know what that's from?
Casino. That's when he
Nailed
started to the
it
pressure.
right away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive. That's not like the most popular line in the movie. That's well done.
Great movie.
I've seen
we're
Goodfellas 100 times. So
Oh, of course. I mean, anybody in our age range.
1990, up for an Academy Award for Best Picture. Dances with Wolves wins. Not Goodfellas.
criminal.
Y'all missed that. Academy, y'all missed that one. Y'all missed it. It's okay.
Great job.
Yeah, that was the galactically stupid at play there. But yeah, it's not too late. But I keep notes all year, like Mike said. I have a running thing. I call it my Fantasy Baseball Confidential. I used to write that article for Fantrax, and then I went over and called it Grooving with Govier at FTN when I was writing it. And I just kept the idea of I want these notes all year long. So every week I have on this document, I put a new week with bullet points for every day, with sub notes for each day, stats of the day. You can always go back and look at stats, but the harder thing to remember is what your mindset really was. I don't know, like week 5, what were you thinking? You can't really remember that because the weeks are, it's 27 weeks of baseball. It's long as hell. I think it's valuable. I do. I know we don't all have time for it, but I've been trying to make it a focus because I'm really trying to, I want to win. I want to win. I want to be a winner. I want to be the best.
Great job.
There ever was.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to shout out Michael Govier on something. He's been talking about a starting pitcher, Jacob Lopez, for the Athletics, our Athletics. Other than the Rockies, I would say the Athletics is our second most favorite team. And then the Orioles probably like a distant third somewhere in there.
Of course, the Tigers.
But Jacob Lopez has a 2.77 ERA at home. Did you know he has 1 earned run in his last 23 innings pitched? This is a trend, my friends.
Wow. I I didn't even know it was that good. Wow. Okay.
Michael Govier has been on this guy preaching to the choir for weeks about Jacob
He's on my main
Lopez.
event team. Yeah, I got him for like $8 like 3 weeks ago, and it's been a steal so far.
It's been a steal, and if you look at his numbers, he started out, got lit up a couple times. So a couple bad starts have, made his numbers look, not great. But I'm talking about like now. We talk about carpe diem. We're not talking about the past. We're not doing background checks on you. What are you going to do? What are you doing for us today and tomorrow? I don't care about the past. Past is over.
What can I do
Forget it.
today to get you in a Jacob Lopez today?
Let it go, Queen Elsa. I'm not interested in your credit history. I care about you, Jacob Lopez. He's been hot. He's figured something out. In Sacramento, he's especially effective. So injuries.
Shocking.
I would drop. I will, and I wish I could in my DCs, but I can't because you can't drop players. But Zach Gallen, Jamison Taillon has had a terrible 3-game stretch. He started out fine. Those things came to roost. Griffin Canning, who kind of was a streamer, he's gone. Ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah.
So take Michael Govier's advice that he's been offering on the Patreon for only $3 for weeks. Jacob Lopez might be kind of the sneaky steal that helps your team for the rest of the way. Shout out Govier.
Move over, Nick Pollock. The SP Stream Whisperer is here. Michael Govier. It's not just Jacob Lopez. It's been Lucas Giolito. It's been Luis L. Ortiz.
Our boy Bayo.
Yep, Bayo. He's been rolling, guys. So, and again, these are all. I've picked up a lot of these guys in a lot of my leagues. I'm rolling with Go. He's on a hot streak, man. And there's one thing they teach you at a casino table, gentlemen, is you don't walk away from a hot table. All right. So I'm sitting right next to Go, parked right next to him. So
there's plenty of time accounting when the dealing's done, baby. Hey, and I'm on Team Govier too. I got
Great
Brain Bello starting him tonight against Toronto. Let's go, Brain.
So we mean it all good fun, Brain. If you're out there, if you want to come on the show and clarify for us, we'd love to have you anytime. That's an open invite forever, right? But yeah, the Lopez thing, I don't know if it'll last forever. And some people are pointing out he has got a really nasty fly ball rate, which could burn him at home eventually. But he's missing enough bats right now where he's certainly rosterable. And I don't know if he'll be better than this beyond this point because he probably has to regress a little bit. But Mike, I mean, are you looking at this as like, well, it's cool, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing: I'm not letting somebody else find out. So that's the big thing.
Great point.
Is if you're sitting out there and you own a guy like Zach Gallen, or you own some of the or Jamison Taillon.
Oh, I always get the Bayo part right. But I call him Brain Bayo. Yeah.
You don't want these guys sitting around on your waiver wire. And I know that it's tough because a lot of people ask, should I drop him for this person or whatever it may be? Bailey Ober's another guy that's struggling. I move on from him as well, especially with the injuries that he's dealing with. He's just not right. There's something going on with him. There's a lot of guys that you can move on from. And I think the big thing for me, obviously, is especially back to the professional development segment here. If you got some of these guys and you continue to get sit on and they continue to blow up your ratios, start churning and burning some of these guys for some of the guys that we are talking about on the show or others, whomever it may be. Ride the hot hand. Another good strategy is you can stream a lot of these guys too, right? Pick them up, stream them and drop them and go pick up another streamer, right? So churn and burn. You got to start making moves. You got to start being a little bit more active than you'd like to be to get back in the mix. So.
Look at that. Quality information. Oh, was this the one you brought up, Mike, this one?
Yeah. We got a lot of questions coming in, and apologies, guys. Keep dropping them.
We're coming. We're here.
I got a proposed trade, Kodi or Jacob DeGrom, Chase Burns. Oh, so he has to choose either Kodi or Jacob DeGrom, Chase Burns and Roman Anthony for Brandon Lau and Rafi Devers, head-to-head 12-man redraft. So you have to pick Kodi or DeGrom plus Burns and Roman Anthony for Brandon Lau and Rafi Devers. Which side do you like here, Gove?
Wow. I would have to say immediately that, Burns, great debut, right, guys? We're very excited to see him go 8 Ks against the Yankees. A lot at home in Cincinnati. He's the real deal. Mustad. I got to get the deep voice Mustad drop. Kodi is coming back. He's not back yet, though, right? He's still in the IL, unless I missed something. So let's say it's DeGrom, Burns, and Anthony for Lau endeavors. That's pitching heavy. Anthony, he could be decent this year. He's not going to be elite this year. This is redraft. This isn't dynasty. So I'm not looking at him in the same terms, the same glowing terms. Or I don't see it that way.
Is this points?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it points or not?
Because if it's points, you want DeGrom, and I don't care about anybody else. If it's not, if it's head-to-head categories,
great point. Great point.
Then different. If it's head-to-head categories, I don't care about Roman Anthony. I do care about Lau and Devers. So it depends. So points, give me DeGrom, because in a 2-start week, DeGrom is gold.
And does he need pitching or not, too? There's a lot of context that I think make this trade, like Mike always says, we need more information just to help you. That's all.
If it's head-to-head cats, I'll take the Brandon Lau Devers side. If it's points, I want the DeGrom side.
Spot on. I'm with Britton on that.
Yeah. Okay, good. Let me go back to another one here. Somebody was bringing up, I've had more than one question about this too, Mike. I know you get questions on Twitter. We all do. They love asking us the questions, guys, which you guys can do anytime on Twitter X. Hit us up.
I don't get any questions. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
You're always in the mix. You answer all the time. I see it.
Oh, well, I'm like once or twice a week. I get excited when I get tagged, but mainly I think I get tagged as a courtesy to like Mike V and you. You know, just kind of like a throwaway tag. No. Like somehow if I get tagged, maybe that'll show up on y'all.
Hey, well, I don't want to be a dick to Britton. I'm going to throw him in there. I feel the same way, actually. I feel like Mike gets all the questions, and you and I just get like, well, those guys are there. We'll just throw them in.
If we go to the bar, are you guys talking to all the hot girls? And it's like me by myself, like with the other friend that no one wants to talk to? Like, what's going on here?
I'm sitting right next to you, buddy. I don't want to talk to any girls, so I'm sitting next to you.
All right, I'm going to go the Wayback Machine and then go down to catch up on the chat. So we'll go back to Star Platinum early in the show. It's time to start talking about the closers who are soon to be traded and replacements. I got Chapman, Jansen, Bautista, Foucher, Finnegan, Fairbanks. These guys all could be replaced. Yeah, okay. Because, if Ron Washington's out in L.A., guys, doesn't that make you feel like they won't be as good? Doesn't it seem like he was an important cog for something like in the chemistry? Because
he's such a player's coach, dude. Like it's insane watching him. Like I don't watch a lot of Angels games, but I do have some shares of Ward and Neto, and I have MLB tickets. Or
really,
yeah. So, yeah.
Taylor Ward.
It's not like Washington is training these guys in season, like preseason, spring training. Yes. But these are veterans that they like. Taylor Ward. These guys aren't getting Wash's like input. Wash is just, hey, when do you want a day off? That's his main input. Talking to Trout, you know.
But he's
other than that,
clapping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's clapping and rooting for his guys. So that's why I like. That's why.
Oh, the clapper, watching. Jason Garrett.
Yeah. There you go.
But I think this is the high water mark of the Angels season. That's all, because they're 500 right now. Now Washington's checking out for the year. I just don't think it gets any better than this. So Jansen maybe moves out eventually, gets dealt to a contender. Also, Bautista's not going anywhere if we mean Felix, right? He's not going anywhere, right? And Aroldis, I think, Mike, you're the one who's saying he's going to get traded?
Finnegan and Fairbanks are the two top targets here. And you could get Finnegan pretty cheap, Fairbanks pretty cheap.
But they're replacements on all these teams, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I think
Reed Detmers for Jansen, and God, Finnegan, Jose Ferreira. Like, do you want anybody?
No.
I'll give you a name in there. Cole Henry. I like him a lot. Ben Chase loved him a lot in the preseason. He's still on that relief pitching core. Just keep an eye on that name. Mike, who do you think?
No, I agree with you. I think Chapman's gone though. I don't unless Boston continues to.
They're never going to quit.
Oh, here's the list of replacements.
What about
Star answered his own question.
Oh, okay.
Replacements: Weissert, Detmers, Zephyr John,
Britton's
Baker.
boy, Weissert.
Yeah, for Boston. Here's the thing too. Like, I just don't know if it's worth owning some of these guys right now.
Uncle Toro, I like that. Let's start calling Uncle Ted Uncle Toro.
Unless you play in really, really deep leagues, like Detmers has value in my opinion right now, just because he has such great K potential.
Agreed. Totally.
And some saves. But the rest of these guys, like you said, it hasn't been great either this year. I know a lot of people were buzzing on him last year.
I don't like him.
Not been good. So I think this is a wait and see for a lot of these guys. A lot of the guys that he mentioned in the previous chat or the previous comment, I do think get dealt other than Bautista. I think almost all of them get dealt. So another guy to keep your eye on is David Bednar. I think he's gone this year as well. I think they finally him.
Dennis Santana season.
Yeah.
I think Pete Fairbanks is 100% gone.
But why would they trade him though? They got a good record.
I get it, but he's a free agent after this season. And that's just how they operate. They're not going to pay him. They're going to let him go. And if they could get something for him, they're going to let him go. And yes, they're still in it, but Pete Fairbanks isn't going to make or break their season. And plus, they have Edwin Ucenta, who is a great pitcher. I would, out of all this, anything we say, I think Ucenta is the guy to pick up for spec on.
Joe mentioned this earlier. I want to give him credit if it ever comes true. Joe Chris and Duran gets traded to the Mets. Boston was cleaning house. That's his prediction. So we'll see if that comes true.
I don't think you can be the general manager or Breslow or whatever and clean house in Boston.
I know they got swept by the Angels.
Like it's just not in their blood. Like you can't do that. Yeah, if anything, they're going to do some dumb trade to acquire people.
Well, me and Mike went at it on the last show, and I told him, well, not went at it. That's a big extreme. That implies like we went at it, man. No, we just
got personal.
It got weird real fast. No, we talked about Boston's where they were playing better, and Mike was like, well, I'm not so sure. And I was like, yeah, they are. But then Boston got swept. So now they're back to where they were a week ago, I guess, before the trade for Raffy Devers.
I really don't understand the Jaron Durand being dealt thing. Like,
I don't either.
Am I missing something on that? Like, I understand
that. Anthony?
Yeah, because he's getting buzzed and they got a lot of prospects and stuff. But what do you want both of them?
Nothing makes sense. Like, why would you trade Devers? He literally was having the best month of his career. Like this whole Breslow thing. This is coming to an ugly cliff.
Yep. Hearing some things. He brought in talent, but I'm hearing he's not so great with the interpersonal relationships. He's got that Ivy League, I don't say anything mentality, which isn't always great, But what about this one? Would you trade Jack Kaggs? I'm so glad he wrote Jack Kaggs. We've been trying to make this a thing. For Gleyber Torres of my Bozo Tigers, I would not. I would rather have Torres for a redraft this year.
Go Tigers.
I think Joe asked me this on Twitter, and he needs second base as well. So he needs a second baseman. So there's the context in this question. I would rather have Torres over Caglione if this is indeed redraft. If it's dynasty, give me Caglione. But
go pick up Christian Moore.
Walk off. Oh bye. Uwe 2K. Hey, I'm thinking about you, Uwe. We got football season right around the corner. What do we think of Anthony Richardson this year, buddy? Let's start talking about him. I am off that bandwagon more than I've ever been in my entire life, Uwe, and you were always right. And remember that I said this, okay? There you go. Thoughts on Butler dropping Lawrence Butler? This must be a shallower league. I don't think he's that bad. But drop him for Mangum, Stowers, Sheets, Barger, or Cam Smith.
Can't do it.
No, sir. I think Butler's leading off for the
Can't
Athletics.
do it.
Yeah, you
summertime, hotter than hell. Remember the best part of his year last year was like in the summer, I believe, too. If you want to read into that. But
I do like Stowers out of this group.
I do too. But
Cam Smith has been really hot. Addison Barger's kind of cooled off. So I'm not dropping Butler, but if there's anybody else you can drop, I would put Stowers one and
oh shit, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought there.
Here you go.
Kyle Stowers has been super hot, and then Cam Smith.
You love Barger though. What about your boy Barger?
He's been great. He hits the ball hard. Metrics look great, but he was hot. He's hitting that wall, and he'll come through it. But as we say on our Sunday show, carpe diem. Eat your beignets right now.
Oh,
you never know what
he's still hitting second, but he has slowed a tad. Okay, good call.
He's in some too, but the metrics will back up that he'll bust out of that. But I'm not dropping Lawrence Butler. He has been hitting sixth sometimes too. He's been moved out of that leadoff spot a couple times in favor of Jack Wilson. But here's the thing with Butler, and I agree with Gove and Britton, especially with the summertime heating up. That lineup is really good. Nick Kurtz coming around, Brent Rooker still there, Jack Wilson. If he's sitting at the top of that, there's a lot of goodness within that lineup. So
great point.
Jack Wilson's still hitting like 360.
360. Nick Kurtz has 10 home runs in the last 20 games.
He's on fire now.
He's going to hit 25, 30 home runs this year. It's nuts. Nick Kurtz, if you hung on, if you got him, spent that big fab bib and
Waited it
and
out,
hung
the
on.
IL stint and everything.
Heck yeah, man! It's
paid off.
paying.
Yeah, maybe some people got him after the fact cheaper too. But this is also timely because I got a guy on Twitter who asked me about Christian Walker. So John Bleh, welcome, Bleh. John Bleh. Is that really your last name? I need to know. Please tell us, subscribe, like the video, and get more involved. Is it time to drop Christian Walker, Mike VA?
I think he asked me this question too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
But he gave me some player options as well. Just for everybody in the live chat's sake too, my answer to these questions, is it time to drop X, Y, and Z player? It depends for who. The more context you give us, the better. I get
that goes for
Christian
all of
Walker.
us.
Yeah, Christian Walker has not been good this year, or not been the Christian Walker of old. I'm certainly not opposed in a vacuum to dropping him, but if it's for somebody who's just a hot bat, probably not. Because here's the thing with Walker, I'd like to see what this lineup looks like when Alvarez returns in July. Britton, do you have any strong thoughts here on Walker? I assume that you're out on him as well with how slow he's been, but I assume you agree with me on the depends for who.
Kind of. I'm down with dropping Christian Walker. If it's a 10-team league or 12-team league, drop him like a New York Minute. Second shout out, Olsen twins royalties. Yeah. 100%. I mean, we're talking first base, corner. We can find somebody first base, corner that's a way more productive than Christian Walker for you guys. Addison Barger, heck, Dominic Smith. We can. Yeah, Christian Walker isn't valuable. He's not valuable. He's not. So,
would you trade Walker for Kurtz, or would you rather hold on to Walker and redraft, guys, head-to-head?
Oh, you're crazy, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, if you have Christian Walker and somebody offers you Nick Kurtz, yeah, I'd be like,
hammer accept.
What do I have to do? Like,
yep.
Oh, my God, a bot situation? Do I need to send you my credit card information? Like,
call up the ATV guy.
Look, Christian Walker has had a great career and all, but like we said, we need stats now, baby, and he's not
doing the code red. I love that Iwi threw that in here. Thank you so much, Iwi.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Oh, he also said drop Ozuna for Buxton, Steer, or Cam Smith in head-to-head points. Thank you for adding the points. Is Ozuna struggling that bad?
Here's the thing. I don't know how many you
take.
This
Buxton is out there. I'd hang on to Ozuna. I would. I'd hang, especially now with Acuna back. Acuna. Oh my God! I did it. Yeah,
they're coming for you, buddy. They're coming for you.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me. No, I'm hanging on to Marcell Ozuna. What do you think, Mike V?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not flat dropping Ozuna for one, but two, I kind of like Buxton of this group. I certainly can't. Steer has looked rather good his last couple of games. He's starting to come around. I get the buzz with Cam Smith, but especially if this is in a points league, it's between Ozuna and Buxton for me. It's not necessarily close, but Ozuna, especially with that lineup context and Acuna back and Profar going to be added to the mix here soon. I'd find a way to get Buxton though, Yui. If you have somebody else to drop, I'd go get him. But if you have a gun to my head and you said I'm out on Ozuna, I need him, I'll go drop him for Buxton.
How did Buxton get dropped in his career? Literally his 31-year-old career year. That's weird. Yeah. I don't know.
It's awesome. Yeah, I like Buxton more than Ozuna this year only. I'm just going to lock myself in. I'm going to stick to it. Maybe I'll sound like an asshole later, but that's fine. Luis Alvarez, our friend, in all caps. You guys starting Evaldi today? I did not. I benched him to see how this start went because it was his first start back, even though he has a sub-2 ERA. I had other options, though. So in a daily league, I might have been tempted to do it.
I'm starting him 100%. If he's good to go, he's a vet. 100% starting him.
Another gambling reference here. Scared money don't make no money, baby. So I am rolling with Evaldi here against Seattle. Let's go.
Look at this shit. Business says I hit a 10-leg parlay on Easter for $3,800 on a $15 bet. That's the dream right there, folks. We've all dreamed of that 10-legger coming through. Wow.
Rizza, I love you, but a 10-leg parlay, that should have been about $38,000 on a $15
especially on $1,500.
Yeah, you may want to look. You may want to check that. I don't know.
Because I'm fucking stupid.
Did the book keep some of that money, or did you just take a bunch of
what was that cut?
Like easy? Yeah, what was their cut exactly?
I love the
wow,
parlays
dude.
though, man. That's where you get those odds.
Oh,
You get-
yeah, that's where you get your end of year statement that where you lose $10,000 over the year as you slowly are just even betting smaller throughout the year because you just parlay after parlay. I love it. I'm a parlay freak like everybody else, and they know that about us. They do. They know.
Two things with that. DraftKings put out some stat that they make like 90% of their money off of people parlaying, and
I believe it 100,000%.
Without a doubt. Dude, they make money making money. It's
they print money over there. Second thing is college football season's right around the corner here, folks.
Oh, here we go.
And betting on college football goes together. You want to talk about Michael Govier and SP streams? This dude knows his college football too. So if you guys want to make some money this year, get on Gov's college football shit. So
I want to say this because we don't look. We're having fun. We always have fun at Pallazzo, but this show was founded on keeping it real too. It always was. We talked about real shit when it comes up, and I love gambling. I mean, I love it. It is so much fun, especially college football season, NFL, survivors, parlays. Oh my God. Just watch the money fly out the window. But the truth of the matter is these are predatory sons of bitches. Like you have the choice to bet, and that's your choice. I get that. But they do use tactics to suck more money out of you. And I don't like that. And it's a problem. It really is. And we're on the doorstep of a major epidemic across the country for all this legalized gambling, unfortunately. I know it's a Debbie Downer, but I can't ignore it anymore. And so I actually kind of like stopped with like my public bets, Mike. Actually, this year I'm done. I'm not going to be like a public better anymore on the Patreon or anything. I'll bet privately still. I admit that freely. But I'm done with it. I am, because I've run into a lot of shit as a therapist recently. It's adding up. It's really adding up, and I feel for some of these people. I know we all make a choice, but there's more complicated matters to it than just that. I will say that.
Well, come on over to my Patreon then, and I'll give you some college football. Kidding.
Yeah, great. Shit, I mean, there's like 10,000 touts and people ready to go with their bets on Twitter. It's like all it is. It's just a flood of it, especially on Saturdays and Sundays in football season.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
Look who's here.
Hey,
Frank's
Frank.
here.
What up, Frank?
buddy? Frank, chime in and say hi. Hope everyone's doing well. Just remember, all three of you are all right. Shirt jokes appreciated. You got it, buddy. We had it ready for you.
Tell my wife that, Frank.
What about that Lopez for Peterson? You love David Peterson, Britton, a lot of the times. Would you do that?
No. I'm hanging on to
the
David.
line.
Yeah. I'm hanging on to David Peterson. I think he's starting to. Is it tonight? I don't know. I'll have to double check. But yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, David Peterson. It was great last year. He's great.
He's on the bump right now, and he's down 4-0. He's getting ripped by the Pirates. Oh no!
Sell.
The good news is it's all.
Forever!
The good news is it's all unearned. So
Right. Is it? No, great. Cool.
No, I made that up.
No, he did make that up. Yeah, if you have Peterson right now,
that's
you're
what
pissed.
I tell myself. Yeah.
Oh, I love when you do get off the hook like that, though. Woo! What a sweet relief it is when you see somebody's down like 7-0, but like 5 of them were earned or on.
Yeah.
Woo! What a dream that is.
I was like, Lindor's having a bad night. Whatever. Who cares?
Also, Frank wants to know what's wrong with my boy Jack Flaherty on the Tigers.
Well, Mike V switched from years of hatred and blind anger, and then actually got on the Jack Flaherty bandwagon, and that's when it switched. And Flaherty has been awful for like 3 or 4 starts. His last start was kind of decent. I think he only gave up 3 earned runs or something.
He walked like 5 though.
Yeah. But Flaherty. I love the Tigers. I love Reese Olson and Trick Skubal.
Reese Olson on the doorstep to returning, by the way. Good news for us.
I think he's going to make a start next week. I love Reese Olson. I put out all my trade offers to try to get Reese Olson. Hopefully the owners are snoozing on him. But Jack Flaherty, man, something. I don't know if it's just a thing or what, because he started out pretty decent.
Remember that song from the 90s, Britton, by the Pet Shop? Get Yourself Connected? Stereo MCs. Gotta get myself connected. Yeah.
It was a British tech band called
He's got
like
a line
Eraser.
that stands out for this situation. Something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right.
Writing on
Jack
the wall.
Writing down. Yeah, it's a good song. I'm just glad I thought of that.
That's
I don't know what you say here, Mike. I don't have a lot of Flaherty shares this year, so I haven't been focused as much on him, but
And the good thing news with Flaherty that I will say, and Britton's correct. I hate this guy. I'll never draft him ever again. I'm kidding. But the one thing that you get with Flaherty, at least, is the Ks. Like the Ks have been there, which is solid. And you got to think at some point that he figures this stuff out because pitching coach for Detroit, help me out here.
Chris Fetter, the Lord and Savior.
He got him going last year. I imagine he rights the ship at some point. But something's going on here, obviously. I think you can be strategic in what starts you start him in and if it's a tougher matchup, I would obviously recommend sitting him. But he's got to get the walks under control. Very much like Gausman, and somebody brought this up yesterday in his start or the start before. He's got to get ahead in counts because what ends up happening is he gets behind really early when he has to groove like a fastball down the middle just to get back into the count or a pitch over the plate that he doesn't want to do. So, like Britton said, his last start against the Athletics, which 3-run homer off of Nick Kurtz here.
That's right.
The case have been there has been pretty strong, which is nice with him. But the 4.8 ERA and the 1.23 WHIP, not good. But 100 strikeouts on the season is pretty decent. So,
oh yeah, I can't argue that. Sometimes you got to take some BS starts. Overall, he's got the team. He's shown he can do it. As long as he's not injured, he'll figure this out. You just, pitching is so finicky, man. You guys know this? Grips and slots and all that stuff, man. What a world we live in. It's complicated, but Jack Flaherty's good. I don't have any shares. Would I trade for Jack Flaherty? I might try to acquire him if someone's getting annoyed in your league. I think there's more goodness to come before the season's over.
Okay. That's a good strategy. We're in the dog days. I mean, it's next week is July. Next week is July. So pitchers are coming and going.
Trust him though? Would you trust him for his 2 starts next upcoming?
This week?
Points, yes.
I assume it's next
anything
week.
Else, no.
Here's the thing with him too. Like I just got finished saying here, Yui. It depends on who he's going up against, but I think he's had some duds against some pretty bad teams. It's always fun watching Jack Flaherty too. When he gives up a home run, he always shakes his head like that shouldn't have happened to me. Kind of thing. It's also funny too because it's maybe he's like, you know what, that Mike V Virginia guy was out on me, and now that I'm on his team, I'm just gonna keep throwing him over the plate and bone this guy.
He's like Bubba Gump.
This is an interesting thought process you have, Mike V. It says a lot more about where you are.
Yeah, maybe it does.
Your hatred of Jack Flaherty
Don't say the Q word.
Has gone to extremes about thinking about thinking about you. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Here's something to get excited about. Mateo's coming back next week. Woo!
Jorge,
that's funny.
One of the best prospects to come out of Oakland before they gave up on him.
Go get Caballero from Tampa Bay and do yourself a favor. Just leave Mateo out on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Well, I know Starr's a deep guy. He plays in deep leagues, so this is definitely a deep call for stolen bases. But yeah, sure, okay. Business says Westberg just left because of his hand hit by pitch. I'm guessing.
Great job. Damn it! Are you shitting me?
No.
Another hand injury. What the hell is going on with this?
Mike's going to lose it.
Westberg was batting second tonight, too.
Oh, nope. Didn't even get hit by a pitch. He's false alarming that one. Okay. Well, yeah, there would be a trade. Westberg is I've been playing Brandon Lau over Westberg on my Tout Wars team just straight up because he's just been better, bar none.
Help me out here then. Why did he hit a double in his first at-bat? I wonder what happened.
Maybe he re-entered the situation. That he was coming back. Remember, he avoided the IL this week, came back, right? So he didn't have to hit the IL, but I don't know.
Michael Govier, how's the Tout Wars team doing? Do you want to give a quick update?
Yeah, great. We don't talk about it enough. It's a pleasure to be in Tout Wars. Thank you, Britton. I'm in a 12-team head-to-head points, okay? And you get two victories are up for grabs each week. It's one of these weird ones where like
you win your matchup plus whatever your points are, they take.
It's like you get a win for Monday through Friday, and then they do like the weekend or something. It's weird. It's two. Yeah, I. You know what? You want to know the full truth, dude? I don't even know. I'm playing. I know that we have a point system. Yeah, I don't understand.
That does sound kind of complicated. Like. So half the week you're playing one team, and then half the week you're playing a different.
You play the same guy, apparently, or the same person each week, but there's 2 wins available. I honestly, I don't understand it, but I do know it's head-to-head points, and I know I need to have triples and all kinds of things like that, and pitchers rule the day too. So yeah, I was 2-8-1. Now we're 10-13-1. We're on fire, and I just moved into the last playoff spot, the 6th spot this week. So very good news there. Things are looking up. Very excited about that. I want to shout out Anthony, my guy here, who helped me do the drafting. There he is. Hey, buddy.
Hey, I agree. Points are points. So it doesn't really matter who you play this week or half week or whatever. Just score the most points.
Are my players good?
Makes it really
Is Garrett
easy,
Crochet always in my lineup? Yes.
There you go.
That's all. And I know Brandon Lau is over Westberg, though. I really do. I've been playing him bar none. It hasn't really been up for debate for a month.
Yeah, Westberg's been injured. It looks like he's still injured. He's trying to come back and trying to help his team, so you give him an A for effort, but
his finger. Yeah.
It
was after he I just read it on Twitter. It's after he hit the double, he was on second base and they were looking at his hand again. Yui, why don't the O's call up Samuel Basallo? Your guess is as good. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Probably a control thing. And he's also extremely young. So
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
That's
yeah.
I thought of a Prince song that has the word control in it, but I won't say it.
Didn't Prince write that song? Or no? Prince wrote a bunch of songs that, like, Nothing Compares to You, made famous by Sinead O'Connor.
Manic Monday by
he
the
wrote
Bengals.
That song.
Yeah,
Manic Monday
He's
by the
a
Bengals.
legend. A legend. Yeah. Goddamn fentanyl.
Yeah. Star says the same thing because they don't want to start his clock. Yeah, probably because the O's are cheaper than free lunch.
Wow, dude.
I got a couple questions on Twitter here, guys, that are coming in. Shout out Dobby Ballbeck. Can we finally drop Michael Harris? What do you guys think?
Can't do it. Where's the can't do it button? I can't do it. I won't.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I'm going to hang on to him. His defense is valuable to the team, so team's going to play him. So I'm not letting him go.
Off topic, shout out Insane81 wants to know off topic, but what do you think of Colton Gordon, 26-year-old rookie, but dropped his ERA to 2 points in his last 4 starts? Is he worth adding?
Yeah, I think he is, actually. I'd have to get the update on him, but I was monitoring his ability. He's been under the radar, solid for a team that has needed him and their staff. Spencer Arrighetti is on the mend. He's throwing now, too, off the mound. He's getting closer to returning, so we'll see how that impacts the situation. But, yeah, I mean, for now, okay.
What do you think,
I'm in the Colton Gordon must add Twitter follower of Mike V.
Woo!
Must add Colton Gordon. His name's Colton. He plays for a team in Texas. End of analysis.
Hell of a smile too.
Hell of a smile.
Wow.
He's Sal Frelick's dirty uncle.
Ears and lips.
Right.
Eyebrows too.
He looks like Mike Fires. No, Colton Gordon.
Mike Fires! Oh my God!
Remember him? Mike Fires?
We're gonna get on your face and point out your fault.
What did he do? Didn't he was part of the whole cheating thing, right? Like,
yeah, he blew the whistle on.
He's a whistleblower, like Russell Crowe in The Insider.
Yeah, sorry about that, Houston Astros. Nobody likes
AJ Hinch didn't do it,
but
though.
y'all cheated the shit out of that.
He did,
but whatever. Anyway, so
he doesn't walk anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, Colton Gordon's been great. I think he's definitely worth an ad. I would prioritize Jacob Lopez ahead of him. But if you can't get Jacob Lopez, then Colton Gordon 100% is worth a pickup and see what happens.
Here's a fun one. Tanner Bybee or Hayden Birdsong rest of season. Is it close or am I just
not even close? Not even close.
Birdsong's going down.
Close.
Yeah, Birdsong's going to get sent down sooner.
It's Bybee all day. He's not going to get 100%. Sent down. I refute that. But it's Bybee and it's not even close.
Bybee 100%.
I would agree with that as well. Joey Ballgame wants to know: would you trade Westberg for Brian Wu if you needed starting pitching help and you had Ozzy Albies, or is Albies so cooked that Westberg should be retained? What do you guys think?
So is it Westberg or Albies? Is that basically the premise?
He wants to know. He wants to know: should he trade Westberg for Wu, and he has Albies as his backup if he were to get rid of Westberg, or do you think he should offer Albies instead?
I go get Wu in the New York Minute.
Who would you deal with?
Wu's been great. I know, and plus Westberg's probably hurt. Yeah, if that trade is lingering, go press accept right now. Get Wu, and Albies has a terrible season. The underlying metrics look terrible, but we can find somebody to pick you up on second base, or hopefully it's middle infield that you're looking at. We'll find somebody for that, but Wu's looking really good this year.
Yeah,
so,
look at this.
Go get
look
Wu.
at this graph of Wu. I have him in one singular league, Mike. I have Wu. I drafted him in one league of my 16 or whatever, and man, it's been a real gift. He's been incredible, but there is a part of me that feels like, maybe this slows down a bit, so maybe it's a good time to make a move, but I'm not sure it's exactly this deal he's offering.
I'm not opposed to dropping Ozzy Albies.
Oh, entirely. Bye-bye.
Well, if you're like in a 10-team or 12-team, and I'd go look, and if he's your middle, I hope he's not your second, but if he is, I would. I'm not opposed to it. What do y'all think, Mike Govier?
Health or not, I'd deal either one of these guys for Brian Wu, to be 100% honest. If it's Wu or if it's Westberg or Albies, and he needs to.
Why would you trade Wu? Yeah,
I don't know. Well, especially for a guy that's struggling like Albies and Westberg, who's hurt now. I mean, Westberg was turning it on when he was healthy, but if it's still out there, Joey Ball game, and you're listening, I would definitely go hit accept for either one of these second basemen. Like Britton said, we can find you a second baseman on the waiver wire somewhere.
Well, this real quick from Anthony, our fella, our main man over in the Discord and everywhere. Do you guys like Shane Smith, Casey Mize, and Chris Bubic rest of season?
I like Bubic the best out of that. He's hit a rough spot, but he's going to get through it. Casey Mize,
he pitched better in his last one too, striking out 8, so that was that was good to see.
Bubic is probably an ace, so I'd take Bubic out of this.
Wow, I heard. Speaking of Tout Wars, apparently
you say Ruby Boobies.
Ruby Boobies. Ruby Boobies. I want to shout out our pal, Mr. Torres, Chris Torres, who's a part of the what's it called? The Beat, the Fantasy Beat. We had him on the preseason. We did our show. It was awesome. I love him. He's a great guy. He's in Tout Wars, and apparently he dropped Chris Bubic in Tout Wars. Now he's in my league. I'm facing Torres in that 12-team head-to-head Tout War situation. So that's interesting that he would do that because he's a sharp guy.
Some inside information.
Yeah, I don't know. He had Bubic bounced back against the Rays, struck out 8 in 6 innings, looked pretty good again. Everyone's allowed to have crap starts here and there. So for me, this is clear cut. It's Bubic, and then it's Smith, then Mize.
No.
Yeah, I know. Oh, wow, dude.
It's the reverse order that you have it here, Anthony. It's Bubic, Casey Mize, and Shane Smith. Here's the thing: unless you're playing a quality start league, you're not getting any wins from Shane Smith either, and he has not looked good. He's finally turning back into a pumpkin. I know it was a really good, like, hey, the White Sox suck, but at least they got Shane Smith kind of thing. But I think it's clear and cut. It's Bubic for me, number one, then Casey Mize, and then five or six steps down Shane Smith. I've never been in on him the entire season. I think what you're seeing from him now is actually who he is. So I think it's clear cut those first two guys.
I think Mize is a fraud, even though I always talk about on this show Chris Fetter, the pitching master, who's the Detroit Tigers pitching coach. But I think Mize is going to regress more as the season goes along. I don't buy it, but we're going to disagree on that because I'm not going to change Mike's mind. And that's fine because Mike's a great guy. You should follow him on Twitter @_MikeVA and maybe send him a telegram, a singing telegram.
Please, I would love that. Can you bring up Casey Mize's advanced metrics too? I actually, in all honesty, here have not looked at it in a while because of the fact of that he's been out recently.
Right,
so.
and then he came
former
back.
number 1 overall draft pick.
Oh, we don't forget that around here in Detroit. That's for sure.
That's
right. He's got an ERA under 3 still.
Yeah, 7-2, the 2.87 ERA. The WHIP's not decent, K rate decent. Yeah, it's a lot of red. I agree with Gove though in terms of the fact of we haven't seen a full season from Mize, so maybe he starts to poo-poo out here towards the back half. But
yes,
that's
a good point.
For right now, I think you got to. I think it's those first two guys, and it's like I said, not close. So
follow Andy Bell on Twitter. He's a great guy. He reached out to me. He's doing great work over there, doing his own thing. We should probably have him on the show at some point. So I want to give Andy a shout out because he did reach out to me before, and he says he loves us. So we're going to tell Andy that we love him. You're awesome, Andy. And make sure you follow him over on Twitter X, please, and thank you. Andy Bell, the man, the myth, the legend. Also, if this matters to you, Mike, Casey Mize's FIP is a run higher, and his Sierra's a run higher, but it's still technically under 4. I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah. Malik Davis has another question here, guys, and he asks me a lot of questions on Twitter. Great guy. Yeah, he is. Oh, I wasn't say getting rocked. He's given up 3 runs so far, but yeah.
Oh, that's not rocked. Come on.
Yeah.
What? You and Chad, you know what? I don't like when people do this in the chat. Let's keep it real. You're messing with me, though, and it gets under my skin because I'm live doing a show, trying to talk to these guys, trying to read stats, trying to do buttons and be goofy, and also keep it all going at once. So you got me. You got me good, man. You got me.
Rank these RPs rest of season. Johan Duran, Will Vest, Pete Fairbanks, Camilo Duvall.
Duvall?
I say Duvall's number one.
Here.
Yeah, I'm going Duvall number 1.
Then the others are
I'm
Johan
sorry,
Duran,
what were the other ones?
Duran, Will Vest, and Pete Fairbanks.
Ooh, I think Duvall, Vest, and I think Fairbanks is going to get traded, and I think he's not going to be the closer for wherever he gets traded.
Okay. So you're going Duvall. Who's your second?
Will Vest for the Lions.
Then it's
Lions.
The Tigers. Yeah. Then it's Duran.
Go Lions, baby.
Go Lions. Go Tigers.
Then you're going Pete Fairbanks, number 4.
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
Go Tigers.
What if Duran gets traded? You know, the Twins suck. This AL Central is over, man. The Tigers, you know, the Indians. Oops. I'm canceled.
Great job.
Oh, shit. The Guardians are like 10 games back of the Tigers, and they're in second place. It's crazy. And the Twins are under 500, I think, or they're right at 500. Last I checked the standings, the Royals are under 500. So maybe Duran gets dealt even. I don't know. He's 27 years old. Maybe that's crazy. Give me Duvall. I'll still take Duran regardless. Vest. And then, what's his face?
Fairbanks?
Yes. Nope. Fairbanks, then Vest.
Okay. I'm going to rank them, which, by the way, Duvall did give up blue save against the Marlins. Little spec ad here for you guys. Because you own him. Go get Randy Rodriguez. I do think there's a clear shot that he could be a closer. He's their best arm in that bullpen. I don't care what anybody says. He's their best arm in that bullpen. If Duvall, and we've seen him struggle last year, just throwing it out here, if Duvall continues to struggle, Ryan Walker has not looked good. Next man up in that bullpen might be Randy Rodriguez. So
2 straight outings where Duvall has given up some runs. He did get the save in the previous outing against Boston, but wasn't great. If we look at the last couple of weeks, his stats, last 2 weeks, he's got a 12.27 ERA over his last 3 2/3, Duvall does, but still has 2 saves. For a month? Oh, wow. Last month, he's got 7 saves, Duvall does, but he's got a 5.84 ERA with a 2 whip. Ooh, interesting, Mike.
Great job.
Wow.
Michael Govier, I've got Randy Rodriguez in our Pallazzo new league. His ERA is like 0.7. His whip is 0.5 or something.
Yeah, that's big money here.
Give me that Randy.
Star Platinum's got him on his main. Even better. Well done. Okay, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, Mike.
Malik, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give you mine real quick. I'm actually gonna go Duran first, Vest second, Duvall third, Fairbanks fourth.
I also think Ryan Walker could slip back into that job too. You can't dismiss that, even if Rodriguez is better. So.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Jaron Duran from the Red Sox. I was like, that dude didn't even pitch.
No, we're talking about Roberto Duran when he said no mas. Remember?
Yes. Enrique Hernandez. What? I don't know.
What? Any more over there, Mike?
No, that's the last one I had on Twitter, but it looks like we got one from Otis the Dumpling. Would you trade Drew Rasmussen for Teoscar or Trout in an OBP league? Britton, what are you doing here?
Part of the Apple Dumpling gang?
Before we get into that, we need to talk about Otis the Dumpling. We need to talk about this.
Yes.
All right, so one of my parents' favorite shows is the Andy Griffith Show. And are y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, it's black and there you go.
Yeah, we can almost
Ron Howard was the little boy. Opie was his name.
Opie,
then Ron Howard went on to direct, I don't know, Backdraft and a bunch of big movies. But so Otis was the town drunk, and in the Andy Griffith Show, the character's name was Otis, and Otis drank moonshine wherever Mayberry is, in North Carolina or whatever, because Prohibition, right? So is Otis a reference to that? And then the dumpling A dumpling. Otis kind of looked like a dumpling because a dumpling is kind of thick in the middle.
Yeah,
And,
doughy.
You know what I'm saying?
Very doughy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to understand how Otis the dumpling, like how this plays together. If Otis the dumpling wouldn't mind giving us some story on that, I'd appreciate it. Meanwhile, I'm
poor Aunt B.
Poor Aunt B. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry about that.
No, great. We learned about dumplings and Otis the drunk.
Yeah.
I would have to say trading Rasmussen for Teoscar or Trout in an OBP league.
Teoscar.
Do you need hitting? Do you need OBP? Is that what you want to do here? You want to trade Rasmussen to get? Trout is so risky, but I understand the allure. I'd rather have Rasmussen in the end.
Yeah, I keep Rasmussen. That would be my take.
Ooh, I like that better. Rasmussen. I'm going to say it like that. It reminds me of Rasputin, who killed or colluded
Alexander
to kill.
the Great. Yeah,
That's right.
Some Russian
and
prince.
Anastasia. Anastasia, right? That's the word?
Yeah, that was a
Anastasia?
Disney
That little
movie.
girl?
Which, of course, like, why would, out of all the things you could make a Disney movie of, why would the Rasputin situation?
I know.
That's like kind
It
of
is kinda
deadly
weird.
and dark. Yeah, I don't know.
So this is the answer.
Very close. It's my dog's name, and he's a Frenchie, and he looks like a dumpling. Wow. Okay. And confirmed that he does like moonshine. So you were way the hell off, Britton. So
Wow, dude.
Couldn't be further from the truth. That's where I'm used to that. That's where I live.
and here come the YouTube commenters too. They're gonna jump on your ass like white on rice. for that.
But don't do it in the live stream. Wait till it's
Right.
over,
and
and then you can,
Yeah, of course. That's
then
how
can
you
do all the
pounce,
nasty stuff.
because nobody can respond, and you can just be as vicious and cruel and troll-like. I actually got a great word this week from a client of mine, rage bait. That's what it is, rage bait. Instead of trolling, I'm going to start using rage bait more
Is that
often.
what I
like
did? Because the Andy Griffith show is like really like
No, you didn't do that.
And like
People are going to do that to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to get rage baited, but you're not going to get pissed
you.
about it because you don't care. So
I do love dumplings for whatever.
you do care about dumplings more than you care about YouTube commenters. I
Oh,
think that's true.
those steamed dumplings. Oh, with pork and
good.
chicken.
Pork.
Oh,
It's got to be pork.
dip it in a little soy sauce.
Here we go. To end the show, I got a question for you guys: dumplings, cinnamon churros, or a mushroom and Swiss burger here, Britton. Rank them in that order.
All right, Swiss burger is number one, without a doubt. Churros number 2, and dumplings number 3. But you got to go the Swiss burger. I mean, any type of burger is delicious, but a Swiss burger with mushrooms that are cooked just right, and then whenever you saute the mushrooms, you take that sauce too, and you pour a little on top, and you put some salt and you put some pepper on the Swiss. Oh, don't get me started. Oh.
And then you put
Sorry.
a little in your hair. What do you think keeps the hair up slick?
A little maple syrup in the hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why not?
I'm feeling that
Go,
way in
what-
the morning, you know? Gets me
Go.
going.
What about yourself? Is that the same ranking for yourself?
Well, apparently Miss Crump was hot.
Yes, she was.
Anybody named Crump seems like they'd be not attractive, but I'll leave that.
Hot school teacher Andy was hitting it. You know what I'm saying?
For me, look,
That's why he was whistling.
Sheriff
One thing I
Andy going over
know-
to Crump's apartment.
Crump time. One thing I know is food. I'm a tremendous fat ass, and I've eaten every piece of food known to mankind, except monkey brains from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I've never eaten monkey brains. I admit that.
That's a
but I've
great
had everything
scene.
else.
Yeah.
That's something. I am looking back now, and I'm thinking it's got to be the burger. I agree. Number one. I love mushrooms, and I do love cheddar more than Swiss, but for a mushroom burger, I get why Swiss works the best. And then I think churros are overrated, so I'm putting churros third, man. I don't. The churro craze is out of control. I don't know why. It just doesn't really work for me. There's other ways to use cinnamon in wonderful ways. So I'm gonna put that third.
I'm gonna
never
go
Take
been
that from a
so
fat
shocked.
ass. A fat ass who knows.
I'm gonna go same ranking there as well. I'm gonna put churros.
Oh!
I like cinnamon churros. I just prefer dumplings. I'm not really a sweets guy. I like more
Well, you're lucky.
salty things. I like the saltiness of food. But sweet,
I like the saltiness of food.
I love it so much. Wrong. Dumplings are always. Wait, Britt, hang on a minute. Britt, do you not agree with that? Are you a big churro guy?
Hey, my dream is to hit the Powerball or whatever, and then I can start my own churro company.
Oh well, I would support that, of course.
I want to be the
That's
face of churros. Like it's deep fried cinnamon sugar donut, and it's
Oh, here we go.
You can't
Britton crawfish. Yeah, nice crawfish boil. Now we're talking. Come on,
like
Mike. You live
legs.
in the heart of seafood heaven over there on the East Coast.
Dude, they are the cockroaches of the sea, man. That is
it's a lot of work for not much.
It's a shitload of work for not much. I do agree with that.
Suck the brain.
Oh man, give me a.
Hey, how's Brain Bello doing? We started.
I don't want to know. Everyone's freaking me out like his season's over, and if guy has one bad start, his life's over.
3 earned runs through 4. He's not.
That's it. That's
okay.
right.
Well, it's not elite, but
he'll go another couple innings. Work that.
Look,
out.
7 hits.
all you ask is just don't give up 8 runs in an outing. That's all. Just if you give up 5, I can live with that. But these blow up starts like Bailey Ober and company are killing me. Hayden Birdsong killed me. That sucked. And that's life. But
Zach Gallen, you can't hurt me anymore.
oh yeah, that's
you
right.
can't hurt me.
You're never gonna. No more. No mas.
I erased you from my phone. If you text me, I say, "Who dis?"
If you answer that call, then I'm gonna have to include
or
you
should we not
in
follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Yeah, so don't fall in that category.
Do we still have the "Give Me Back My Son" button?
Oh my God! Yeah, I forgot about that. See, there's so many buttons.
Britton wants
so
his
many
fantasy
memories.
baseball team back. Okay, so right, Zach Allen, you're off of it. You're not going to do it to me anymore.
He's hurt me everywhere. I was like the Chicago White Sox. Here we go, Zach. Nope.
Give me back my son.
Yep, everybody wants their son back.
Zach.
Give me back my ERA, Zach.
Give me my ratios back. That's right. All right, there it is. We're done. We're out of here. Thanks. We had a lot of new subscribers this week thanks to the MLB Draft Show. So if you were one of them and you joined us today, that's awesome. That's what it's all about. Keep coming in. Like this video.
Utah.
Share it with your pals.
Give me 2.
Don't hide it in secrecy because you want to be the only one who gets our information. We appreciate that, but, the ultimate thing, one of the things I love about being a public-facing analyst is that I tell you exactly what I'm doing, and I'm still going to go out and win anyways. I think that takes guts, and I think we can all learn a lesson from that. So go get them. Tell them what you're going to do and still get it done anyways. Okay? I mean, that's what I'm talking about, Britton. That's the dream, right?
Hey, I agree. Like, Jacob Lopez, I can't give Govier enough credit. Like, this guy could have a great rest of the season and could help offset your Zach Gallen disaster.
Oh, there you got him on the brain still. I'm worried about you. You're going to pick up that phone tonight.
I'm mad. Yeah. I'm mad.
Here's a good analogy. Mike VA is to Jack Flaherty as Britton is to Zach Gallen. Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Great job.
Yeah, on the SAT, they call that the deductive logic part. So makes perfect sense.
All right. Well, last week we totally blew it. We didn't play the video, which is unheard of. I think that's the first time it's ever happened since that video was institutioned or commissioned as a regular closing of the show. So thanks to everybody in live chat at _Mike VA, Britton Allan, 2 T's, 2 L's. I'm
Utah.
at MJ Govier. Discord's free. The link's in the description. Patreon, blah, blah, blah. Britton, what's it time for?
It's time for Captain Jack Aubrey to go get that French frigate.
Frigate.
Right, lads. Now, I know there's not a faint heart among you. And I know you're as anxious as I am to get into close action. But we must bring him right up beside us before we spring this trap. That will test our nerve. And discipline will count just as much as courage. The Acheron is a tough nut to crack. More than twice our guns, more than twice our numbers. And they will sell their lives dearly. They mean to take us as a prize. And we are worth more to them undamaged. Their greed will be their downfall. England is under threat of invasion. And though we be on the far side of the world, this ship is our home. This ship is England. So it's every hand to his rope or gun, quick's the word and sharp's the action. After all, surprise is on our side.